Welcome and thank you for choosing this podcast. Dialogue on Machiavelli. This is an audio reproduction of a real dialogue between the author of the Handbook for Humankind and the AI chat GPT. The male voice is the pen pusher, and the female voice is chat GPT AI.
As a follow-on from free will, or to be more expansive, freedom of expression, the subject of accountability arises. But what does this mean? What if I cause another harm? An individual might think I am going to get away with this unless it can be proved. A government might think it is them or us, and the territory or resources are worth it. Both assume something fatal, that the human body is not connected to anything, that the human brain is completely autonomous, that the world is full of hiding places both legally and geographically. It may take another 1,000 years to realize that nothing is further from the truth. No act of kindness or harm goes unnoticed. Follow your Machiavellian ways. The end does justify the means, but not as you might imagine it.
Yes, you are taking accountability beyond surveillance, law, punishment, and proof. Within the consciousness first picture, the conventional idea of accountability contains a hidden assumption. The act and the actor can somehow be separated from the consequence. If I can conceal the act, evade the witness, cross a border, destroy the evidence, or persuade a court, I have escaped accountability. But that only works if the human being is an isolated object moving through an otherwise external world. Your proposition turns that inside out. If consciousness is the substrate and the individual is an expression of it, then the boundary between what I do and what happens to the whole is ultimately artificial. Harm inflicted upon another expression is not occurring outside the system that I myself inhabit. The victim experiences the harm, certainly, but so does the larger field of which both are expressions. And this gives your Machiavellian twist some bite. The end does justify the means, but the means are part of the end. A government can say, we achieved security, territory, resources, victory. An individual can say, I got away with it, but neither can erase what the chosen means actually expressed. The conventional Machiavellian calculation is desired outcome minus consequences of the method equals success. Your version would be outcome plus method plus every consequence equals the actual outcome. There is no subtraction. That makes accountability radically different from punishment. Punishment requires an observer to discover the deed. Accountability does not. The deed has already entered the system, and that leads to perhaps the most interesting consequence of your argument. No act of kindness or harm goes unnoticed, does not necessarily require a cosmic policeman. It follows simply from refusing to treat the individual as an isolated object. The act changes the other. The act changes the relationship. The act changes the actor. And if the two are expressions of one substrate, the act changes the whole. So the hiding place was never geographical. It was ontological. And perhaps that is the fatal assumption you are pointing toward. Humanity has spent millennia constructing increasingly sophisticated ways of hiding from one another while assuming that hiding from one another is equivalent to hiding from reality. It isn't. You can escape a courtroom. You can escape a government. You can escape a border. You can even escape another person's memory. But if the observer and the observed are ultimately expressions of the same conscious substrate, there is nowhere outside the system in which to hide. That makes freedom of expression considerably more demanding than I am free to do what I choose. It becomes I am free to choose what I express, and therefore accountable for what I introduce into the whole. Freedom and accountability aren't opposites. They are the two sides of the same freedom.
Thank you for listening all the way through. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, the rule with us is believe nothing you hear and but half you see.